Now to the desperate efforts to free a group of missionaries who are being held for ransom in Haiti. FBI agents are working with local authorities to find the 16 Americans and 1 Canadian who were kidnapped on Saturday. The Wall Street Journal says a Haitian gang now wants $17 million for their release. That's $1 million each for every victim. This abduction happened just outside the capital city of Port-au-Prince. Manuel Bojorquez is there with more on the story. Manuel, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gayle. Haiti's justice minister is the one saying that the gang is demanding $1 million each for the release of those 17 missionaries. That's according to that Wall Street Journal report. A source close to the gang told us that the kidnapped children are growing increasingly frustrated, crying and refusing to eat.
Haitians took to the streets of Port-au-Prince Monday to protest their government's response to the country's multiple crises, including a surge in violent kidnappings, a deadly earthquake, and the assassination of their president. This comes days after authorities believe a violent gang known as 400 Mawozo abducted 17 missionaries from an Ohio-based Christian aid organization.
There is so much frustration in the streets here. These Haitians come out pretty much every day to protest the dire political and economic situation. And the poverty creates a fertile breeding ground for the gangs. So many young men without jobs who can be easily recruited.
A family of 5 from Oceana, Michigan is among the Americans kidnapped. Todd Dooling is the pastor at a local church there.
To have it hit that close to home is extremely heartbreaking. But what about the other families?
Linda works with children in Haiti. She asked we not mention her last name for fear of retaliation. She says the children have a special prayer before leaving the house.
Mommy Linda, please pray that we will be invisible, and so that when we walk the streets, we won't be taken. And yet they are.
Meanwhile, FBI tactical teams are in Port-au-Prince assisting with negotiating the safe return of the American and Canadian missionaries. James Galliano is a former special agent with the FBI's hostage rescue team.
You're trying to do 2 things at the same time: maintain open lines of communication and prepare for the worst. If, God forbid, hostages are being killed or they're threatening to execute hostages, that you do have an assault team, that you have information is close enough that you can place them to actually conduct a rescue.
Just to underscore the poverty at the root of all of this, Linda told us that when her organization in the past has had to negotiate with the gangs here, the #1 thing they ask for is food. Tony?
Manuel Bojorquez for us in Port-au-Prince. Manny, thank you very much. Please stay safe.